What's up, guys? And today we're doing a ranking of every COD game up to BO7. So, let's get started. First game, Call of Duty United Offense. Never opened. Call of Duty Ghosts. See, now this is where we get controversial. We're doing everything. We're doing campaign, zombies, if they have it, and multiplayer. The multiplayer, from what I've heard, is really bad. I never really played multiplayer, so don't judge me. The campaign was amazing. I never really played the campaign, but from what I've played, it is a really good campaign. Like, it's honestly really good. The extinction mode, really good with a couple of buddies, but if you don't have a couple of buddies, then the extinction mode's pretty bad. Just because of how bad I think multiplayer was, I think we'll put it at a B tier. I will be right back. Alright, so now it is time for Advanced Warfare. I have played Advanced Warfare and it's really bad. Okay, they were going well. I think character development was pretty good, kind of like Infinite Warfare's was. It was just really bad on how they started it. Um, they could have done better. By all means, they could have done better. But the zombies costed money. It was basically a cash grab. It was a cash grab. It was bad. It was like how Infinite Warfare was bundled with MW4 Remastered, right? So, for the reason zombies cost it like $5, we're putting it in. We're putting it in F. Black Ops 2, instant S tier. Do I need to say anything? Really good campaign, strong plot. Alex and Woods are back. They're terrorizing, bro. And David and all of them. Right. So that's why I say it's a good game. BO6. I'm going to get a lot of hate for this one. BO6 isn't bad, okay? You can diss on me. BO6 is not as good as the old games. By all means necessary. But does that make it a bad game? No. I honestly think the multiplayer and the campaign were actually some of the best we've had in the last couple of years from COD. But they did mess up on zombies, kind of like how Cold War and all the new ones have, by making it where you have to fully kill a zombie to get points. So for that, the zombies kind of lower. The campaign, the only reason I liked it is because of the upgrade system. There was a lot of goofy scenes. But if we don't talk about those, we're fine. And a good scheme, the headshot gave you a lot of dopamine. So for that reason, I'm putting it at C tier. It's not an F tier. It's not a D tier. It's not a B tier. It would be a high C for me. Black Ops 7. Never open. But if you count Warzone as like BO7, then it's F. You know what? We'll count it. It's F. Cold War. We'll do a high B. We'll do a high B. Cold War isn't A. It's like a high V because, um, honestly, I don't have an issue with Cold War. Matter of fact, Cold War is probably the best game to high round to this day. BO3 and Cold War are the best games you can high round for, honestly. I'm not even lying. But the thing is, right? Cold War had a strong campaign in multiplayer and zombies. This is where they introduced the zombie feature I was talking about. And that's where the zombies fell off, but it is good for high rounding. The campaign, I will say, it's a good campaign. What they messed up was the fact that when you're punching, it looks so bad. Like those fight scenes, dude, they just look super ridiculous. It looks like two kids in the backyard like throwing punches at each other, like really soft punches, and it just looks bad. So for that reason, I have to give it a B. MW2 S tier. This remastered? No, remastered is up later, like 4 up there. I will say I think this game is probably the best. Matter of fact, it's going above BO2. Hot take. BO2 is a good game. Don't get me wrong. I love BO2. I love BO1. I love BO2. I love BO3. And I love, a lot of the other games. This just isn't one of them, honestly. So, what? MW2 is just better because I think the campaign was really strong. It was a little bit stronger of BO2's. That's why I put it above. No Russian was such an iconic mission, and I think a lot of it was just really good. Spec Ops was cool. Multiplayer lobbies, we don't got to talk about those. COD 3, I've only played it on the Wii. So, for my experience on the Wii, is an F tier, but I can't really rank it. So I'm going to put it in never open tier, just because I don't want to rank it in F when it could actually be a good game. COD 4 Remastered. I'll put it in a B tier because I think it was really promising. But now, you're not really... I don't know how to explain it. It's not... It was promising, but nowadays, it's just not... It's a really good remaster. But it doesn't hit the same, I guess you could say, because the old COD was kind of more gritty. Like, they made it more gritty in the original. I don't know how to really describe it, but it was so good. COD 4, normal one, S tier, probably one of the best. We won't put it above VO2, but it was a good one, right? It just wasn't. There was something missing. I don't know how to describe it. They could have added more. Don't get me wrong, it's a good game. It's their first modern game from World War II. And I think they did a really good job at showing the grittiness of warfare. So that's why we put it in S tier. BO3, overhyped as fuck. But it was still a good game. We'll put it in B. We'll put it in a, medium B. Campaign was shit. Multiplayer, never really played it. But it still wasn't that good. It's just filled with sweats. Zombies saved it. Zombies is the main reason that that's literally the only reason I bought it on PC. So that's why I have to rank it a B. I'm sorry. BO1, A tier. That's our first A tier. The reason I'm making it A tier is because it had a really strong campaign in zombies and multiplayer. But the Zombies was more of a remake of all the World at War maps, which kind of brought it down to an A. I loved the campaign. I loved the campaign, dude. And I never really played multiplayer. And I know multiplayer was really good. I played it against bots, alright, pal? It was a really good multiplayer. And campaign. It's just the Zombies was a remake of a lot of just World at War ports, and I didn't care for a lot of the maps besides Kino. A lot of the maps were mid. I liked Ascension and Call of the Dead, but 5 was hell, and DOA was a good, it was good. It was a good concept. It just wasn't fully there. Don't get me wrong. I love BO1. Vanguard, not even going to talk about it, bro. World at War, ooh, Zombies would make it an S, but the jankiness will make it a B. Nope. B. We'll put it in the middle of VO3 and God Goes. I would rate it an A, but the jankiness of the engine they're using is just so bad I can't support it, bro. The zombies mode was a really cool concept. The campaign was pretty good, honestly. I loved the Easter egg for the ray gun. But I think the zombies mode just wasn't well. And the engine is just really buggy, so that kind of brought it down. I usually would rate this game an S or an A, but it wasn't worth it. Okay, World War II at launch, C. Now, an A. We're going based off of now, so we'll go A. It's a really good multiplayer. They have a lot of customization. Campaign top notch zombies. It's just that I don't I don't think it deserves an S. All right. Um, it's not there for S material because of how bad the launch was, and a launch determines a game's reputation a lot. So it kind of booted down the multiplayer really. So that's why it didn't do too well. They had a lot of high hopes for this. BO4, not talking about it, bro. Just no, not wasting my time editing this biggest piece of dog shit, bro. Modern Warfare Remastered. This is not going to S. It's going to C. Alright, here's why. No multiplayer, and if I'm correct, there's no Spec Ops, right? Yeah, it's just a campaign. It had such high hopes. They were even going to add Spec Ops and multiplayer. I don't know why they didn't. Had such high hopes, and they just crushed it. That's why I would say just buy the original MW2. Had really good high hopes. It's going above BO6 actually. High hopes, no Spec Ops or multiplayer, which was kind of the whole point of MW2. Honestly, the campaign was a really actual good campaign. They added a lot of attention to detail. They just didn't add that multiplayer, which kind of brung it down. Modern Warfare 2019. It's going above. No, you know what? It'll be a low D. Be a low B tier. Main reason, I don't know, man. It just kind of it didn't stick true to COD 4. It didn't stick true to. I know it's a reboot, but I thought they should have stuck to its roots. I don't know, man. It just wasn't. It was a good campaign. I love Farah and Alex and all of them, but just wasn't a heart-to-heart reboot, and we don't even get to see fucking Soap in this one, so it wasn't even an actual I understand a remaster and a reboot are two different things, but you would expect it to be kind of stuck to its roots, right? MW2 2022. I'm ranking these off of PC and console. On PC, it's an instant D. But the campaign was good, so we'll bump it to a C. The multiplayer is also pretty good, I can't even lie. But on PC, there's a lot of lighting bugs, which brings it down. In the campaign, at least, there's a lot of lighting bugs, which is what I play most of the COD games for. In the multiplayer, I just didn't like the UI. That's really where they kind of started ruining the game, is adding a bunch of weird ass UI. So that's why it's got to go to a low C tier. MW3, our next S tier. Love the game, love the opening mission. Hell, the opening mission was probably some of the best in the entire series. It was really just kind of a knockoff of MW2 because they ported a lot of maps from BO2 just to the MW3 engine. But besides that, it was still a really good game. Still wishing it gets a remaster, but they would probably ruin it. MW3, first D. It was gonna be an F, but the multiplayer was probably some of the best multiplayer that I've played in a while on COD. But it just isn't worth it, bro. Campaign was bottom 5. The zombies doesn't need to be in it. They just added a bunch of things because they said, why not? Call of Duty Infinite Warfare. Our second D. It had good character development. Not Exo Zombies, I don't remember what they're called. Zombies was bad, but not terrible. Added a bunch of new perk names I don't care about. And the multiplayer, never played it, so I can't tell you. So that's why it's a D tier. Warzone 2.0, filled with a bunch of BO7 slop, so I have to put it in F. Warzone 1, I'll put it at C. I didn't really play it that much, so I don't really know, right? But I think it's a personal C just because they took it down, number one. And number two, I didn't play it a lot, but I know actually we'll bump it to a B, but I don't think it was that good compared to these other ones. It was literally just, it was because Fortnite was the next new big thing. So BO4 copied Blackout, and then they made Warzone in 2020. So it's a big thing. If there's anything you disagree on, I completely understand. We all have opinions at the end of the day. The only reason I put Black Ops 1 at A tier is because I just don't really think it's a... Like, BO2 is just fire, BO3 is also fire, but it's overhyped, alright? I hope you like this tier list. If you don't, feel free to cuss me out in the comments. I love you, Roman Empire. Goodbye.